Welcome to episode 103, where we delve into Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature. In this episode, we explore an often ignored yet profound topic: death. Most of us avoid thinking about it, pushing it away as if it won't happen. But what if embracing the thought of death could actually enhance the way we live? Let me tell you about a woman named Flannery O'Connor. She was a writer who got very sick when she was young. She had the same illness that killed her father. Instead of being scared all the time or pretending she wasn't sick, she did something different. She decided to face death head-on. Every day, Flannery knew she might die soon. But instead of making her sad or afraid, it made her see life differently. She noticed things more. Colors seemed brighter. Conversations meant more. She didn't waste time on silly arguments or worrying about small problems. She knew what mattered: her writing, the people she loved, and using every day well. Think about what happens when someone we love dies. For a while after, everything feels different, doesn't it? We notice more. We feel more. We think about what's really important. But then, slowly, we go back to normal. We forget. We get busy with little things again. Flannery was different. She kept that feeling of seeing what really matters. She used it to write better stories. She used it to be a better friend. She even found it easier to deal with hard times because she always remembered: everything passes, so why get too upset? Now you might think this sounds depressing. Who wants to think about death all the time? But here's the strange thing. Flannery wasn't depressed. She was more alive than most people. She lived with more purpose, more focus, more appreciation for every day. When she got some bad news about a man she liked, he was marrying someone else, sure, she was sad. But she didn't let it ruin her life. She thought, well, this hurts, but it's just one more thing to understand and write about. She used everything, even the painful things, to live more fully. As she got sicker, she kept writing. Some days she could only write for an hour, but she did it. She didn't waste time feeling sorry for herself. She thought, I have stories to tell, and I don't know how long I have. These days, we try to hide death away. We don't see it like people used to. It happens in hospitals, behind closed doors. On TV and in movies, death isn't real. It's exciting, like a game. We pretend we'll live forever. We spend lots of money trying to look young. Some people even think computers will let us live forever. But here's the problem. Trying to pretend death isn't real doesn't make us happier. Actually, it makes us more worried. We get anxious about little things. We stay in our comfort zones. We get addicted to our phones, to food, to anything that helps us avoid thinking about hard truths. We get smaller, more afraid, less alive. It's like we're playing a game, pretending we'll live forever. But deep down we know we're pretending, and that makes us nervous all the time. What if we tried Flannery's way instead? What if we said, yes, I will die someday. I don't know when. So what should I do with today? This doesn't mean being sad all the time. It means the opposite. It means really living, really loving, really trying, really forgiving. Because we know we don't have forever. Think about it. Death is like standing still forever. Life is movement. Death is being alone forever. Life is connecting with others. Death is sameness forever. Life is always changing. When we hide from death, we actually become more like death while we're still alive. We get stuck in routines. We get lonely. We stop trying new things. We stop growing. But when we face death, really face it, we become more alive. We move more. We connect more. We grow more. Some people think this is just for old people or sick people to think about. But that's not true. Remember, Flannery was young when she got sick. She wouldn't have chosen to be sick, but she chose to use it. She chose to let it wake her up. We can make that same choice. We don't have to wait until something bad happens. We can choose to wake up now. Here's how. 1. Remember each day that life is short. 2. Use that to focus on what really matters. 3. Don't waste time on silly fights. 4. Try new things. Why be afraid when we're all in the same boat? 5. Really see people when we talk to them. 6. Do work that means something. 7. Love harder. We don't know how long we have. When we do this, something magic happens. By facing the biggest fear, death, other fears get smaller. By remembering life is short, we make it bigger, fuller, more colorful. This isn't easy. Our whole world is built to help us hide from death. But we can start small. Each morning we can say, I don't know if I'll get another day after this one. So what should I do with this one? Flannery died young, at 39. But she lived more in those years than many people do in 80. She faced the hardest truth and used it to find deeper truths. She wrote stories that still wake people up today. We can't all be great writers like Flannery, but we can all choose to be awake like she was. We can all choose to really live while we're alive. After all, that's what time is for. It's what time. We're now accepting a special kind of donation, your likes. Each one gives us the motivation to keep creating top-notch content for you. If something in this video resonated with you, share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be valuable to someone else. Now, a quick reminder. Make it a habit to learn something beneficial every day. Remember, the content you consume is like food for your brain. Be intentional about it. Otherwise, the algorithm might end up influencing your thoughts. Give it some thought. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.